Good afternoon and welcome to News Hour. I am Kojo Kwafu. Coming up in this afternoon's edition of News Hour, President Ernest Baikoroma receives in audience the United States Secretary of the Navy, Ray Mabus, and team at State House. Finally, students of St. Peter's Women's Community Education Center receives certificates after completing various courses. The Ministry of Health and Sanitation spearheads an assessment mission to all official points in the Kailaon district, and affected persons at the demolished Aberdeen Creek complain of difficulties since their structures were destroyed. All the stories and more, including your business and sports news, lined up in this afternoon's edition of News Hour. Again, and now for our first story this afternoon. President Ernest Baikoroma has received in audience the United States Secretary of the Navy, Ray Mabus, and team at State House. We now bring you highlights of that courtesy call.
Thank you so much. Here, the ambassador said my first stop was at the inaugural of the new president in Central African Republic. I was part of the official delegation. But I first wanted to express the relief that we all feel that your country, which has suffered so much with Ebola, has emerged. And I'm glad that the American Navy has played a very small part with the construction of the Kanima Lassa Fever Ward to hopefully improve both emergency response and normal health care. And as the ambassador said, to see how we can cooperate in more ways on maritime security because of all sorts of factors. The maritime realm has not had the attention that other areas have had, but it has grown in importance over the past few years. And things such as illegal fishing, transport of illegal goods, people, other things through your waters has led me to I've established a Gulf of Guinea initiative to try to see how we can work with all the nations that border the Gulf of Guinea.
The area of maritime security, I believe we have been having support. We've been having some joint exercises over the years, and, which has been very useful, which I believe we can look into in further developing. For the purposes of the maritime security, we have in place a local structure, the Joint Maritime Committee, which the sectors that have anything to do with the seafront, naval activities, fishing, constituted to that committee. And they have an outfit, an office, and an established secretariat. And that is why this visit is very timely. I believe that we can use this opportunity to look at the areas we can possibly engage and enhance our performance. I know that we have a radar facility, but it's very limited in scope and capacity. We also have boats that also have a limited capacity. I'm not sure they can go beyond 30 nautical miles. And we cannot even cover the rest of our EEZ. And so for us to effectively monitor, we really have to build that capacity and strengthen it. I think that this is important to us because it's security and revenue, and I believe that it will help in our food security issues. So whatever proposals that other countries have been through and the structures that they have put there, we will be prepared to learn from that and work with it as quickly as we can, because it's a matter of urgency for us. They are losing funds, we remain exposed, and our resources have been depleted on a daily basis. So it's a big concern for us, and we welcome your visit. I think it is timely, and we can use this opportunity.
Final year students of St. Peter's Women's Community Education Center have graduated after completing intensive training in various skills. The center caters for less privileged girls and women who find it difficult to access formal education. Abubakar Bangura reports.
The St. Peter's Women's Community Education Center was established in 1993 as a result of the passion the proprietor has for women and young girls to be trained in various skills for self-reliant. Over the years, the center has trained and graduated hundreds of girls and women with different skills ranging from catering, tailoring, soap making, tie-dyeing, adult education, basic computing, among others. Proprietor of the center, Mrs. Animod Wuri, said nearly 2 decades she had worked with young girls by empowering their lives through education. She said the school is providing assistance to over 200 women who have been rescued from all forms of gender-based violence, and also providing students with vocational training in order to become self-reliant. Mrs. Wuri noted that the center is collaborating with the YWCA, CCSL, among others, to develop the skills of women and girls. The guest speaker, Haja Dr. Aisha Wuri, called on the graduates to make good use of the training. She thanked the proprietors for developing the skills of the young girls. She said as young girls, they should be role model in society, educate their children, and take care of their homes and families. The distribution of certificates and prizes climaxed the ceremony.
The Member of Parliament for Constituency 93, Honorable Dauda Benson Kalon, has said that the construction of a multi-purpose community centre and roads in Godrich is in fulfilment of promises President Ernest Bakoroma made to the constituency during his campaign. Honorable Kalon was speaking at the construction site of the multi-purpose community centre at Funkia, Godrich. Sheikh Sumaila reports.
The construction of this multi-purpose community center at Godrich commenced in December last year with only 63 million leones that Honorable Dauda Kalon had received as constituency facilitation fund. In actual fact, 63 million leones is a very small amount for such a project which cost billions. But with the support of the community, work is steadily in progress. Constituency 93 is where President Ernest Baikoroma's private residence is. He resided here even before ascending to the presidency. One would say this project has his blessings. Construction work in progress. This is of the concreting of the gallery for a center that is going to be accommodating more than 2,000 people at one given time for different community activities. Before this time, the old community center was so small that it could not even accommodate 200 people. Ward Councillor Ward 333 Mohamed Alafia Sisi and Councillor of Ward 334 Alibies Conte said they were happy that the multipurpose community center is happening during their time, as for long they have been seeking for such an opportunity. They both described Honorable Dauda Kalon as a listening politician and a development-oriented individual. Madam Maud Peacock is chairman, APC Constituency 93. She was also very happy.
We need a center where we can have wedding receptions, birthdays, social gatherings, etc., etc. This is more or less a dream coming true in the presence of when you think in reality the community is a dynamic, energetic man, and I'm sure His Excellency didn't make a mistake when they gave him the symbol. He's really representing HE here in this constituency, and he's playing a multiplicity of roles. Look at the role he played during the Ebola crisis, the roles he played when we do have floods in the area. You know, he's really working in concert with the other councillors. He does not believe in working in isolation, you know. He believes in bringing people together to develop the aims and aspirations of members of the community.
For Honorable Dauda Kalon, the multipurpose center is dedicated to the youth of Godrich and Constituency 93 for their support, and to President Ernest Bai Koroma for his leadership. He said the constituency facilitation fund that he received in 2015 in the sum of 63 million started this project, which has been his dream even before becoming member of parliament.
This is one area I really have to thank God for, because God has been very good to us. God has been very helpful to us. A number of people, it is though premature now to name them, but a number of people have made some intervention to make sure that we reach where we are today. And I believe we will continue to receive help from the people. But at the end of the day, when we shall have completed this project, it will be a good time for us now. You know, upon commissioning of this project, they will make known to the whole of the country those philanthropists, those goodwill ambassadors, those community people, those party functionaries who are all making this possible. Because without them, we will not be reaching this point. This is going to be a tool, because the lower gallery and the upper gallery, so that it can house, because our intention is, this should house a little over 2,500 people. And then that would be big enough to host any function within this community. And perhaps this will again open the doors for government. We will now attract government to be even holding some seminars and workshops here, now that they know that they have a convenient and a comfortable hall that will accommodate them.
He said the construction of the main Funkia road and the rehabilitation of the over Funkia bridge is on the pipeline. Reporting for SLBC News, I'm Sheikh Usmaila.
The National Protected Area Authority, NPAA, in collaboration with the Sierra Leone Amalgamated Artisanal Fishermen's Union, has started a forest in Sierra Leone's wetlands in the Devil Hole community. The move is to ensure the community regains its wetland that has been cleared due to human activities. Francis Danema filed in this report, read by Salma Tajal.
Since its establishment by an Act of Parliament in 2012, the National Protected Area Authority has been working to ensure the protected areas that have been grabbed are regained. The authority has succeeded in reclaiming some of these lands to the Quants community meetings and Battle of Forest Guards in the 15 protected areas of Sierra Leone. According to one of the conservation officers, National Protected Area Authority, Andre Hafner, the reforestation is another move to reclaim the wetlands and prevent negative human activities on the land.
The first step we took was to work with the community people, because the communities are the people who we have the most issues with in terms of conservation. But now that we actually have the Devil Hole community willing to work with us, we are going to make sure that this continues. They themselves are the people, the locals themselves are the ones planting the trees right now. These are not strangers, they are not from just anywhere. We have our game guards around and they have joined with the local community people. So when you have a community actually doing an exercise for themselves. It actually makes a difference from hiring people from elsewhere and they come and they do something like that. It makes no difference to them, but they have worked, and I'm sure they won't want their labor to go in vain.
Andre Hafner said the authority will enforce the law to ensure all those who have built in wetlands vacate there. She reaffirmed her authority's commitment to ensuring the mangroves planted grow into maturity. Coordinator Afforestation of Mangroves and Secretary of the Ceylon Amalgamated Artisanal Fishermen's Union, Alhaji Saidu Sise, said the activity will create areas for fish to reproduce. This went on will ensure fish is always available in the market.
And we care much about the wetlands, particularly in the marine protected areas. And this is one of the marine protected areas called the Leone River. There are so many deforestation activities taken along this river because of man-made character. So therefore, since we saw the need that fishers are not getting enough catch within this area, like Poti, Bolwaf, and Jue axis, so we thought it fit that we want to, there is a need for us to reforest this mango so that they can, we can develop the breeding sites, because the more breeding sites we have, and the tendency for fish breeding is available, and fishers will have the hope to get enough catch.
He called on the community to monitor the plantations and prevent people from carrying out any harmful activity in the protected areas. A Develop committee member, Abbas Kamara, said the mangroves used to provide income for them, but due to human activities, they have lost the opportunity. He thanked the authority for reforesting the areas that were cleared due to human activities and stressed the community's commitment to protecting the plantation and the wetlands.
The Ministry of Energy has in Bo District launched 5 megawatts solar energy for rural communities. The launch also saw a roundtable discussion with district council leaders and paramount chiefs across the country on energy revolution in the country. Daphne Kimar Macaulay filed in this report, read in the studios by David Patrick Kamara.
It gives me great pleasure and honor on behalf of Miyon Boss and Unayon Papa, Dr. Ernest Roma, for launch this phase 1 of the solar era project.
The launching of the 5 megawatt solar electricity in Bo District is to provide electricity for rural communities in the country.